We all have hopes and dreams. It's never too late to start, to put your plan in motion and give it all your heart. Book number 20. It's all about respect. It sure was fine that Hannah and Gus fit so nicely with our group. All 10 of us were different, yet we blended together like a good homemade soup. 5 kids, 5 pets. Our motto is, be helpful and do good. We want to make a difference in the world, but we'll start in our neighborhood. The 4th of July was coming up soon, and festivities would be in town square. Our first project was to help clean. We knew we could do our share. Our next stop was the fire station. They had just returned from a drill. We watched as they put the equipment away, then we asked to see Chief Bill. The reason for our visit was to ask for his permission to hang a banner on the fire truck. He admired our ambition. Be calm and bark on. Want your pet to stay cool and calm this 4th of July? Let your pets have some tail wagging fun while you enjoy fireworks. Curbside drop-off and pickup. Hosted by 5 kids, 5 pets. Place, Pets Playground. Good thing we had a week. There was a lot to get done. The new tarps kept us cool and shaded from the sun. Mr. Brown sent a crew to install misters around the tarp. We pulled out the old pet wash supplies. The place was looking sharp. Happy birthday, America! The day was sunny and grand. At 9 a.m. there was a parade in town, led by a marching band. The fire truck was at the end, decorated with our banner. People were already asking to sign up, so we got out our planner. By 6:45, we were ready and waiting for our guests. We wanted to be seen clearly, so we wore fluorescent yellow vests. The park was full of happy pets. We even had 2 cats and a bird. But we kept them away from the dogs, because that's what the owners preferred. The time went by fast, and now cars were lined up in the street. As we helped our guests aboard, we got 18 licks, 2 meows, and 1 tweet. We cleaned up just a little since it was getting quite late. Made sure we turned the misters off before we locked the gate. Walking home near the marketplace, we could smell something foul. We stopped when we heard a sound, but it was just the hoot of an owl. It was very dark, and we only had 1 flashlight. There was a clattering noise in the alley, and we froze with fright. Jess said, "That noise and odor is coming from that dumpster over there." When she pointed the flashlight, we were shocked to see a bear. Jess called her dad to ask if a bear had escaped from the zoo. As she sent him a photo, the bear moved, and now we saw 2. It was a baby eating strawberries, and its muzzle was stained red. It just sat among the garbage with a banana peel on its head. Mr. Ray arrived with a worker from the Department of Fish and Game. The man was holding a tranquilizer tool and took aim. "Stop! Wait!" we cried. "What are you going to do?" The man answered, "I'm not going to hurt them. This much is true. But if humans come too close to her baby, she will be very protective. They will sleep while we bring them back to the woods where they live." "People need to respect nature," the man said as we watched the bears snooze. Then he drove away, and we all felt a bit confused. We were tired and needed a good night's rest. Then Kaylin struck her famous pose in her bright fluorescent vest. Since Hannah was new to the group, she wondered what Kaylin was doing. Wes explained, "It means she has a new and exciting idea brewing." Before bed, she asked her mom if she could go downstairs to the laundromat. She remembered years ago when Socks was lost, and she wanted to hold her cat. Stroking her fur, Kaylin pondered her idea to make people aware. Socks sat in her lap purring. Kaylin sat thinking and just stared. When she saw the time, she hugged Socks and kissed her on the head. In the morning she would reveal her plan, but now it was time for bed. At 9 a.m. they met at Pet's playground to finish cleaning up. Suddenly Hannah let out a shriek as she picked up an empty cup. We ran over to look, and inside there was a snake. "I'm afraid of snakes," she cried as she began to shake. Jess took the cup and let it slither out near a tree. She said, "It's helpful since it eats bugs, and harmless to you and me." Hannah was amazed at how Jess was caring and so brave. Jess replied, "My dad always says, animals are nature, and nature needs to be saved. Like those bears last night, and where I used to live, sharks and crocodiles." "I've got it!" shouted Kaylin as she beamed one of her biggest smiles. "It's all about respect. They are part of this world too. Many of them were here before me and you. Each one is important, has its value and worth. We need to live in peace and harmony. We all share this earth." They spent the next few hours creating a design. "Let's print it on a t-shirt," said Hannah. "This idea is really fine." "Yeah," said Wes, "and expensive. How are we going to get the money?" "Where there are bees," replied Hannah, "there is always honey." It's an old expression. It means even something bad-tempered can still be sweet. I know just the man to present this to. I'm sure he'll think it's neat. We ran to Mr. Brown's estate. Coming down the drive was his Rolls-Royce. He was talking on his car phone. We could recognize his southern voice. Rolling down his window, he said, "Howdy, kids. Mighty fine day. Looks to me like you all have something important to say." "Yes," we all replied. "Can you spare a little time?" "No problem, little partners," he said. "The pleasure's all mine." Kaylin blurted out the idea faster than he could blink. He looked at the design and didn't take long to think. He said, "This here is downright splendid. Your message is a big deal. I will fund the production of the shirts. You have my word and seal." Then he said, "Ever since I was a little boy, I had a dream like you kids. Mine was keep the earth clean as I collected empty cans, bottles, and lids. So I studied and learned all I could about the recycling concept. I thought about it while I was awake and dreamt about it while I slept. It was my life, my passion to be helpful and do good. Since I couldn't change the world, I started in my neighborhood." Kaylin hurried over to Mr. Brown and pounded his fist. She said, "Wow, those are the same goals we have on our list." Then he replied, "When I opened my recycling company, part of my dream came true. Now the rest of my dream is becoming a reality with all of you. Even though our ages are many years apart, we can all make a difference. We just have to start." Each of us gave him a great big hug. The pets all gave their paws. Good luck to our t-shirt. It's such a worthy cause. To be continued.